Hey, is that a Pixel 2?
Yeah, it's the 2XL actually.
Uh, okay, nerd. Didn't that come out in 2017?
Well, yeah, but it's actually still pretty good.
It's old. You're using an old phone.
No, actually, it's pretty up
I
to
bet
date.
it's slow.
No, actually, it has Android 10, so it's pretty fast.
Ha, lame. But is it a 2020 phone though?
Well, yes, but it actually stacks up pretty well in 2020.
Oh, really now? How so?
Well, let's find out. Okay, so the Pixel 2 XL was manufactured in 2017, but that by no means that it's an old phone. It actually stacks up pretty well in 2020 and could very well pass for a phone that was manufactured in 2020. But that only goes for this bigger XL model and not necessarily the smaller Pixel 2. But today we'll be talking about the Pixel 2 XL and exactly how it stacks up in 2020. So you may be considering buying a Pixel 2 XL right now and wondering whether or not it's worth it, considering that it came out 3 years ago. But I'm just gonna tell you from now, it's worth it. The body of the Pixel 2 XL has a modern look. It has a Gorilla Glass 5 front screen and an aluminum/glass back. The phone is indeed water resistant at IP67 and already it's keeping up with the 2020 standard. It's rocking 2 stereo front facing speakers which create great sound quality, but RIP to the headphone jack. And that Pixel imprint fingerprint sensor is actually really good. It's not the fastest ever, but it's definitely still quick, as you can see. There are 2 color variants for this phone, namely just black and the color I have here, black and white. And one of my favorite things about the body of the Pixel 2 XL is that colored power button. The Pixel 2 XL is wearing Android 10 and it's rocking it very well. It's also slated to get the Android 11 update, but if it follows the cycle of the original Pixel, then it may not be getting Android 12 next year. Pixel 2 XL has the Qualcomm Snapdragon 835 chipset and is running on the octa-core CPU. Basically what this means is that the phone is not slow. It has fast download speeds and runs smoothly with hardly any glitches. For a phone manufactured in 2017, it's still one of the fastest phones out there. It has 4GB of RAM and comes in 2 storage variants, 64GB and 128GB. Now, for some reason, Google decided to make us spend more money for storage, but storage is actually not that big of a problem with this phone, and I'll touch on that later on in the video. And as for the battery, it's really good on this phone. The 3520 milliamp hour lithium ion battery in this phone lasts very long and can very well give you a all-day usage. However, what I have noticed is that when you're using the camera app, the battery actually drains relatively fast. Like, I'll be taking pictures and videos for say 3 minutes straight, and then it'll drop down from 60 to 55% in that span of time. And that's really quick considering how the phone can last long without having to open the camera app. But the average consumer can get a good day's worth of battery life. It also has fast charging capabilities at 10.5 watts and has a USB-C port. And because it's a Google phone, you already know that it's gonna have some of the extra Google features such as Squeeze for Assistant. And basically what happens with that is that when you squeeze the phone, it will trigger the Google Assistant and you can ask Google to do almost anything. Take a picture, make a phone call, generally things that you can do with Google on other devices, and it retains the Google's lame jokes. Hey Google, tell me a funny joke.
What did the teacher do with her students' report on the history of cheese? She graded it.
No, the display of the phone is admittedly not that good. It's an OLED display on 6 inches of screen real estate with a pixel density of 538 pixels per inch. On paper, these numbers sound good, but do not let them fool you. The colors aren't that great on this phone. It does, however, get plenty bright outside in sunlit environments, and that's always a plus. And, cause it's an OLED, it has the always on display. Now in 2017, the Pixel 2 XL was making headlines for its quote-unquote amazing camera. Well, I'm here to tell you and break the truth to you, the reality, just to make you know. It definitely lives up to that standard that it set back in 2017. It has a 12 megapixel primary sensor with laser autofocus and optical image stabilization. It has a dual LED flash and can record video of up to 4K 30 frames per second. The pictures can be a little dark in harsh lighting environments, but otherwise it performs really well. Google's processing of the images after taking them produces really great quality images that are sharp and vibrant. The camera is relatively good, and I can see why it was the best camera back in 2017. Even now, it's still better than many other smartphone cameras that have been produced over the years between 2017 and now. And one main distinct and impressive feature about this camera that really makes it stand out is the night sight. No need to use a flash because this night sight camera does the job well 95% of the time. I kind of sounded like I had a while ago. Another impressive thing about the Pixel 2 XL's camera is the portrait mode. Yeah, a single module portrait mode. My only complaint about this camera is really how it handles the harsh lighting environment and how it makes the pictures very dark. Especially in the sunlit environment, and creates very prominent shadows. But for a 2017 camera, it's held its standard high and has lived up to that since 2017 coming into 2020. And I think it's actually on par with the iPhone 8 Plus's camera. Hint hint, video coming soon. The Pixel 2 XL is an overall great smartphone, and if you're thinking about buying the Pixel 2, then I'd say go for it. Specifically the Pixel 2 XL. I fully recommend it because it's a really good budget phone that has a modern day style to it. It's fast and it's up to date. And the bonus about it being a Google phone as well is the storage management. So essentially when you take a picture or a video, it's saved to Google Photos. And you know that Google Photos is essentially a cloud service. So in doing that, the storage or the megabytes that the picture or the video would take up, it actually goes to Google Photos. So you would have unlimited photo and video taking capacity. So that actually doesn't, so when you take pictures and videos, it actually doesn't really affect the 64 gigabytes or the 128 gigabytes of the phone that it comes with. So that's always a plus. That's a plus. So the question is, does this phone stack up well in 2020? The answer, and I think you guys already know what my answer is gonna be. The answer is no. Just kidding. Psych. It's yes. It really does stack up well in 2020. There's really nothing very negative to say about this device, considering it came out almost 3 years ago, which, by the way, is not that long ago. It came out in 2017, and 2017 was definitely a great year for smartphones with the introduction of the S8 and the S8 Plus, which brought a whole new redesign to the Samsung Galaxy lineup. And You have also the iPhone 8 Plus, and let's not forget the iPhone X, which also came out in that year. And so 2017 was a really good year for smartphones, and I think that almost any of the major flagships from that year are actually really good phones and stand up real and hold themselves high even now in 2020. So yeah, I'd recommend going for the Pixel 2 XL. I think it's a really good phone, and with my use of it, I've never actually seen it lag. I've never seen it slow down, but I know that it's not the fastest phone out there. So with that said, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate the support that I am receiving. I posted my first video just the other day. The video is titled "It's an iPhone 6s review in 2020," and I think you guys should go over and watch that. And I have new videos coming out very soon. And yeah, again, just thank you guys for watching and taking time out to watch this. Yeah.